Hello, and welcome to my lesson on past modals. This lesson has a skill focus of speaking. After watching this video, students should be able to use past modals and their contractions while speaking about plastic waste in the environment. Before we look at past modals, let's review modal verbs. Modal verbs are should, would, could, might, can, will, shall. Semimodal verbs are ought to, had better to, used to, need to, and be able to. Past modal verbs are should have, would have, could have, might have, must have. So now that we know which verbs are modal verbs, why do we use modal verbs? Modal verbs are used to express ability, to ask permission, to talk about probability, to make requests, and to give advice. You can also use modal verbs to talk about a spontaneous decision, or past permission, or past ability. Did you notice the difference between modal verbs and past modal verbs? To create past modal verbs, we add the verb have. So should becomes should have, could becomes could have, would becomes would have, might becomes might have, must becomes must have, and may becomes may have. Now that you know how to form past modal verbs, how do you use them? To create a sentence using past modal verbs, you add have and a past participle. Past modal verb plus past participle. Should have, apologized. Could have, cleaned. Would have, eaten. Might have, asked. May have, slipped. What do we mean when we use past modals? A past modal verb implies something was possible, permitted, or able to be done in the past, but it didn't happen. Let's take a look at some examples on the next slide. Let's first take a look at the meaning of these sentences. I should have read the transcript. Did I read the transcript? No, but I should have. You could have made a sentence. Did you make a sentence? No, but you could have. She would have given advice. Did she give advice? No, but she would have. They might have lost their way. Do you know if they lost their way? No, but they might have. So past modal verbs are used to talk about something that was possible, something that was permitted, or something that was able to be done in the past, but that wasn't done. Now, let's look at the form. Subject plus modal plus have plus the past participle. Repeat after me. I should have read the transcript. You could have made a sentence. She would have given advice. They might have lost their way. Serena may have marked our tests. Christine must have finished this slide. To make negative past modals, you add the word not in between the modal and have. Could not have. Greg could not have worked any faster. Should not have. She should not have eaten that whole cake. Modal plus not plus have. Okay, time to practice negative past modal verbs in sentences. Repeat after me. I could not have bought things with plastic wrapping. I should not have thrown away my old clothes and shoes. I would not have bought that new coat. I might not have asked for a glass without a straw. I may not have asked for a plastic bag because I forgot my own. I must not have thrown that broken plastic chair away. Let's try that one more time. Again, repeat after me. I could not have bought things with plastic wrapping. I should not have thrown away my old clothes and shoes. I would not have bought that new coat. I might not have asked for a glass without a straw. I may not have asked for a plastic bag because I forgot my own. I must not have thrown that broken plastic chair away. Sounds good. Great job, everyone. Native English speakers often use contractions when speaking. They do this to save time and just to preserve the flow and rhythm of English. So should have becomes should've or shoulda. Would have becomes would've or woulda. Might have, might've, mighta. Could have, could've, coulda. May have, may've, maya. How do we make contractions? To make contractions, we combine should and have. Should've, shoulda. In the first example, should've, I've dropped the ha sound in have. I'm just pronouncing v. So should have becomes should've. In the second example, shoulda, I've dropped pretty much all of have. All that's left is that ah sound. So should plus ah, shoulda. Could have, could've, coulda. Would have, would've. I'm not pronouncing have, I'm just pronouncing the v, the ending sound, would've. Or just pronouncing the ah sound in have, woulda. Might have, might've. Or mighta. May have, may've. Or maya. Let's look at this more closely in the next slide. Should have, should've, shoulda. Would have, would've, woulda. Might have, might've, mighta. Could have, could've, coulda. May have, may've, maya. One more thing I should have mentioned. Contractions are mainly used when speaking. We would never write I shoulda. Shoulda is very informal and just used in native English to save time and for the natural flow of English. You could use I should have in informal writing, but mainly contractions with past modal verbs are just used for speaking. Okay, your turn to practice. Repeat after me. I could have bought fewer things with plastic wrapping. I should have donated my old clothes and shoes. I would have bought a wooden iPhone if it was available. I might have asked for a glass without a straw. I may have asked for a plastic straw for my drink. I must have thrown that broken plastic chair away. Okay, let's go a little faster now. I coulda bought fewer things with plastic wrapping. I shoulda donated my old clothes and shoes. I woulda bought a wooden iPhone if it was available. I mighta asked for a glass without a straw. I may'a asked for a plastic straw for my drink. I must'a thrown that broken plastic chair away. Great job! That's the end of my lesson on past modal verbs. Ready for more practice? Look for the practice activities in the description below this video. Have a question? Ask me a question in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.